independently owned and operated with 24/7 emergency service and discounts to veterans. Call BioStar at 844-424-6782 or online at restorationbiostar.com. Folks in a portion of Flint needing to plan ahead to handle the freezing temperatures expected overnight because they will be dealing with a power outage tonight. Consumers Energy saying they plan to cut the power to around 3,500 customers in Flint at 5 minutes to midnight for some routine maintenance work, and that outage is to last for about 6 hours. We wrap up this week with the monthly employment report for November that is due out later this morning, and it comes 2 weeks before the Federal Reserve's next meeting on interest rates. In October, the economy added just 12,000 jobs. Analysts say that is a number reflecting the ripple effects of two major deadly hurricanes and large labor strikes. Retiring U.S. Senator Debbie Stabenow giving a farewell speech to the chamber on Wednesday, looking back on her career in politics. She urged both sides of the aisle to work toward rebuilding trust in one another. Lions beating the Packers last night 34-31, now have 11 wins in a row, 12-1 for the season. They've clinched a playoff spot, but it was a nail-biter last night. It took until a 35-yard final play field goal by Jake Bates to wrap that one up. Red Wings lost to the Ottawa Senators 2-1, and that was a nail-biter too, but on the wrong side, the Wings fall. Senators scoring with 41 seconds left in the game to break the tie, get the win. Flint Firebirds lost to the Barrie Colts in the OHL 5-2. And to cap this one off, when you text someone, do you use end-to-end encryption? Because if you don't, the FBI and infrastructure agency want you to stop for security reasons. They're saying that Chinese hackers managed to get into that Verizon, AT&T, and Lumen technology systems in order to spy on customers. And security experts say that unencrypted text messages or phone calls may have made that cyber attack possible. That's 5 things you should know from 103.9 The Fox.
This is about consumers cutting power off at midnight in the middle of winter.
Yeah.
Do we know who's affected by this?
The people who are affected were notified well in advance of that.
Okay, so if I haven't got a notification...
Right, they were all sent, as I understand, they were all sent postcards well ahead of time.
This is nuts. I've never heard of such a thing. Wow. All right.
It's called routine maintenance, but the point is to make sure that the equipment's working if they really need it in an emergency, that it's going to be there and the power is going to be there when it gets, cold again.
Well, I understand that they need routine maintenance. I just find the timing
Yeah.
kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's going to be awfully chilly without heat
I
tonight.
mean, my goodness, it's going to be... tonight's low is
22.
About 22 with the
Yeah.
big breezy conditions as well, so that will penetrate the house and its loose rafters or whatever. I just find that amazingly, I don't know, dumb.
And if they don't get the work completed tonight, consumers plans to give it one more go the following night.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
good.
Well, people who are affected by this, whatever you do, don't start any fires in your house and don't turn the stove on or to heat the home.
Watch the kerosene heaters.
Yeah, dude, oh my gosh, this has just got crap written all over it. 103.9 The Fox. Force weather.
Since we're talking cold weather, the forecast is for cloud cover most of the day with a small chance of some late afternoon snow. Temperatures reaching around 30 today with west-southwest winds 7 to 15 that'll gust to 24 miles an hour. And as we say, 22 overnight with overcast skies. Then the clouds stay with us through the bulk of the day tomorrow. Temps top out around 33. And Sunday brings at least some sunshine along with warmer temperatures as we're climbing up to around 44 on Sunday. Right now it is 19 in Flint and in Saginaw, also 19. All right. Let's see if this is going to work for us. We are everywhere. We're everywhere. Screw that, says Chris, who's on Twitch right now. 19 Fahrenheit is what it is now. We're going to actually be up close to and maybe touch 50 by Monday here. So we're just kind of listening to teeth chatter, gritting the teeth, and making it through the weekend. And then we are to be rewarded for that summarily. Be nice. Canada Dan here also on Twitch to get this Friday morning thing started. I see Mel. Good day, Mel. Good evening. In fact, it looks like she's on YouTube. That is our new addition to this thing that we're trying to get working and making sure that people don't have the user experience that they've had in the past several weeks when we've had glitching on Twitching. And people have had to leave and go to Facebook right away because they were being knocked off at Twitch and then routinely put back on, knocked off, put back on. It's been a mess. So we put one more little thing in, one more little factor into it, and that would be using YouTube as well. So we're now on Facebook, we're on YouTube, and we are on Twitch, hopefully, for longer than just a couple of minutes. Tina's here to welcome. We'll give you Tina, and who else is here? In Canada, says Canada Dan, minus 9.5. That's about 15 above fair. That's about right. How much snow do you have? Yeah, I think yesterday you said you had a bunch. Okay, right away Tina froze on Twitch, so she's going over to YouTube. She's not even going to try to be patient today. Twitch is freezing. Of course it is. Of course it is. Of course it is. That's why we're trying to smooth things out as best we can on what is called National Microwave Oven Day. National Microwave Oven Day today. So if you've got food today that you need cooked, microwave it instead of putting it on the stovetop. Just in honor of the day. Whether or not it goes with whatever it is that you're trying to cook. Like if you have a turkey, put it in the microwave today. Don't put it in the oven. Put it in the microwave. Try that. Don't do that, really. I would, but I wouldn't know better. Okay? So the 6th of December, we are getting down to, well, okay, Chris is testing it on YouTube to see if that works. Well, okay, is it working? I mean, you have one of those nice, sparkling, brand new phones, so if it's going to work for anybody, it's going to work for you. Are you seeing everything the way you should? Once again, I'll do my best to be able to relay messages since now we're coming from 3 different ways. Tina's even trying. Look at that. Everybody's going over to YouTube. Hey, look at that crap. It's working. Tina's there. Hi, how you doing? All right. Look at that. First time. This is groundbreaking day. You people are making history. You guys are making history with us today. As long as we've been on the air here with the Hal Razors, and that's 9.5 years now, we have never been live on YouTube before today. Ever. This is a new breaking ground kind of thing. Live on YouTube for the first time ever. You know what? I got a feeling that kind of everybody's going to end up there. I really kind of think it will. We'll find out. Let's see what Johnny and Steph are doing right now, because they're still in the studio. Same old studios every day.
Rock here at 103.9 The Fox. Johnny and Steph in the house here on the Friday Funnies edition, which means coming up this hour, we are playing Porn Star Weatherman with Steph, and we have Steph's Fox Flashback. And in both cases, you'll have an opportunity to choose your prize. Remember, we still have 3 of those Fenton Home Furnishings and Design Center $103.90 gift cards to give away in honor of the touchdowns scored yesterday by the Lions. They're supporting the Lions here on the Fox. That way all season long. We already gave one of them away because there were 4 touchdowns in all yesterday. We've got 3 more to go, so you can choose those as your prize along with all the other choices that you'll be given here about a half hour from now with Steph's Fox Flashback. Actually, before that, about 25 minutes from now, we'll be doing Porn Star Weatherman.
So I can't remember, what team did the Lions lose against this year?
Okay, now I got to think back on this.
Your boy Baker.
Yeah, that's right. It was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield.
I got you.
Yeah, and he's not doing all that great this year, so why the hell did we get beat by him?
And the other thing is that because even after he beat the Lions, he did not try to plant a flag in the middle of the field.
Good point by you, Hal.
Yeah, well, I don't really have a problem. That happens all the time, Hal.
Yeah, and it creates fights all the time, which puts not just the players in danger, but the spectators.
I know, but everybody just settle down. It's just a college football game, for crying out loud. I know that's worth millions now, but still, it's just a college football game.
College football players are worth more than pros in many cases now.
Yeah, I know, because of the potential. Oh, it's amazing.
Remember when we had potential?
Yeah. Grade school was the last time somebody said that about me. Hal, you're going to love this. Jeff Foxworthy posted apparently a was apparently a meme that came off of Twitter, and it says, if you rarely drive on snow, and I like this, and this is for all you people that just migrated here from Florida. Why, first of all, but second of all, if you're not a snow driver, this is for you. If you rarely drive on snow, just pretend you're taking your grandma to church. There's a platter of biscuits and 2 gallons of sweet tea in glass jars in the back seat. She's wearing a new dress and holding a crock pot full of gravy. I like that.
That is pretty perfect.
I think we ought to do that every morning during a traffic report when we have this bad weather. Anyway, we're not getting into too much trouble out there today, and we'll get to that traffic here coming up in just a moment. On the Fox Live and Locals, our specialty, and we'll help you out there throughout the morning here this morning on the Fox. Also, do not forget to give the gift of hearing again this year. Our friends at Professional Hearing.
Okay, he's going to be talking about his hearing aids, so we'll move on. Okay, Chris is doing... Okay, are you... That's an interesting little transmission Chris has up there, and I guess you're putting emojis up because I'm seeing just the transmission saying face orange raised eyebrow, face orange raised eyebrow, face orange raised eyebrow, which would tell me that you put emojis up, but YouTube doesn't... They take it literally, and they describe it for the people who can't see the emojis, like maybe the sight impaired. You know, that's a possibility. YouTube emojis. Great. Okay, well, I guess if I'm going to try to relay messages to the other folks who are not on YouTube right now watching us for the first time in history, YouTube Live, we've never done this before, in addition to being on Twitch and on Facebook right now. We try to relay messages, but I'm going to try to maybe stay away from those, unless maybe if you do them like one emoji, but if I do like 5 of them, don't expect me to repeat all of them. We'll get to the traffic here in a second, because so far it's way better than it was yesterday. Because yesterday it was it was not only cold, but it was really blustery, very, very windy. Today it's just cold, and I can handle it cold, no problem, but it's 19 degrees, and I can handle that as long as it's not windy. Let's see what we got going traffic-wise. Okay. Welcome to those who are new to us, in case anybody walks in on us on Facebook or on Twitch or on YouTube, and that's a possibility too. They're looking at, what is this? Something brand new. Well, it's because something that is brand new, that's actually been here for 9.5 years, has now finally broken through on YouTube as a live cast for the first time ever. And so here we are with a show behind the scenes of a show on 103.9 The Fox in Flint, Michigan, which is, of course, the home of the formerly crappy water.
You can get world-class sexual health care and a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. It starts with a free assessment from a medical provider licensed in your state who can determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped.
We'll do we'll check out your smile source here in a second. Longer than we usually are on our live stream today. We're here until around 8:35, 8:40-ish, because we've got the Friday morning Primal Scream, and I think we're going to probably do some food fighting, although we'll wait and see. I don't know that my pile of posts is all high today for that. Okay, now Sheila's even migrated to YouTube, so it looks to me like everybody's going to end up there. Before too long. If they haven't gotten there yet, they'll probably end up all there, which is going to make it easier for me because I won't have to relay messages. You'll all see it. Whereas the people who are on Facebook and on Twitch are going to lose out because nobody is going to be there for messages to be seen. So I'm still going to have to probably relay messages for those folks who we won't know are there, because if we don't see them actually saying something, we won't know who's watching. That's kind of the way it goes, which is that's something that's lacking in this whole live streaming thing. If you don't know who's watching, it's kind of hard to be able to let people know things they may want to know, because they may be there and looking for something in particular. If they don't speak up, I won't be able to tell you what it is they need. Well, there's no question that Twitch doesn't work at all lately. In the last 6 weeks, maybe, we've had issues with that. We were good and strong for a while with that. Initially, we only did Twitch on Fridays. But then we started to have trouble with that, so we decided to go a third-party thing. So we went to this Prism app to be able to do that, put it on Facebook and on Twitch, and that seemed to straighten things out for Twitch. It was nice from that point forward until recently. Now, here's on Facebook is Sween Dog. Good morning, Sween Dog. The whole party is now on YouTube. You're on Facebook, but everybody else has gone over to YouTube because this is the first day we've ever been YouTube live. People aren't going to Twitch. They tried. That's just as glitchy as it's ever been. And now all of a sudden Tina Jr. is calling. Okay, so now, look at this. Here's Linda. Bunch of things going on right now, although it isn't as busy for the wreckers as it was yesterday. We've got a crash. This is a serious one involving injury over by the hospital in Grand Blanc Township on 1 Genesis Parkway. So that's over by the hospital side. We're also looking at a couple of other things to have to deal with. Really only one right now, and that's going to be looks like a disabled vehicle situation, Genesee Township. We find that in the southbound lanes of Genesee Road over by Esther Drive. And apart from that, everything's moving along well. Crash-free, delay-free. But if you're spotting something going on, let us know. 810-230-WRSR. That is 810-230-9777. Get that Vehicle City traffic information for you updated throughout the day at classicfox.com/traffic. Be a traffic tipster right here on 103.9 The Fox.
You know, today is St. Nicholas Day.
Oh, it is?
It is. Today is St. Nicholas Day. The original Santa Claus, who, of course, if you've been watching any of the movies, you know, regenerates every so often.
Sure.
A new version of Santa Claus. But the original Santa Claus, St. Nicholas, this is his feast day. He was released from prison and believed to have died around AD 343 on this date. It's celebrated as St. Nicholas Day for that reason in nations like Germany, Switzerland, and the Netherlands especially. But St. Nicholas was a legend, and there have been a lot of those legends circulating around the world. But the truth is he was born in the 3rd century in the Roman Empire's province of Lycia in Turkey, which is modern Turkey today. According to tradition, he was a man full of generosity and conviction. He was rich. Very rich. His family had a ton of money. He was born to wealthy parents. They left them their fortune when they died, and instead of squandering it, he decided to give it away to kids. Bought stuff for kids.
Oh, I love that.
Apparently, sometime after the Roman Emperor took power in 284 AD, he instigated a horrific persecution of Christians. That's how he ended up in prison.
Okay.
So he went to prison and believed to have died. On this date, it is St. Nicholas Day today, the original Santa Claus. It is 17 past here on the Foxhole Morning Show.
All right, traffic, a service of Michigan Lumber Company. Come see their display of woodwork cabinets and call the kitchen professional, Steve Brown, today for all of those details. Or see them at MichiganLumber.com and follow them on Facebook.
All right, Sween Dog has now shifted gears and gone over to YouTube. So the entire party appears to have decided to assemble there. So far, so good. So cool. Makes it easier on everybody. Poor folks on Facebook and Twitch losing out. Apparently, anybody that goes on Twitch lately has been losing out. You forget about those emojis. Yeah, you know the thing that they do over here, and I found that out when Chris was putting one up there, is that they actually just describe what the emoji looks like. And so that shows up as a regular message. So while I was mentioning that, Chris wasn't actually speaking that. He was just showing what he was showing, and it was being described for us. Like, for example, now, hand pink waving, okay? You guys are going to have a blast if you do that kind of thing when we get to the Scream, which is coming up, and of course, a lot of you do that. You put these emojis on as your Scream. I can't wait to see what that looks like. Welcome, one and all, to our simul stream, which is on Facebook, Twitch, and now almost exclusively at this point on YouTube. Also, even Mel is here, and she's almost into the weekend already here. Okay, now there's something different. Now Chris's emojis are showing up. No emojis on YouTube, says Linda, or Catgirl, or, all of them. Shaka. You know something else? She's also got another tree I'm going to show you in a second. But first I want to show you the face of Pete. Pete is a Shih Tzu Collie mix. This is an interesting one. He's a hard-napping Shih Tzu Collie mix who lives in Montvale, New Jersey. This is Pete. There's Pete. You can smile at Pete today to get your weekend underway. Look at that one. Isn't that a goodie? Aw. Aw. I saw on TikTok yesterday, if you use the YouTube wait a minute, it depends on if you use the YouTube ones or the ones on your phone keypad. Oh, that's the thing that determines whether the emojis actually show up versus the explanation of what they are. Sheila explains that if you use the YouTube ones or the ones on your phone keypad are the ones that are going to determine whether it's going to show up here. I got it. Okay, that will tell everybody going forward. Maybe we'll know how to do that when it comes time for the stream here in the next hour, a little over an hour from now, about an 8:30, 8:35-ish when we'll do that. I happened to see on TikTok, I think it was yesterday, maybe it was the day before. It was a flashback for me to back when Jacko and the Rottweiler next door met for the first time on the streets, from the sidewalk right here in front. And the Rottweiler named Jackson was unleashed. Jacko was leashed, and Jacko had little guy syndrome and went right at him and wanted to bark at him and wanted to get at him, and I had to literally pick him up and walk him away from the Rottweiler while Jacko was still barking at him, wanting at him. I happened to see a TikTok yesterday of that very thing happening with a Shih Tzu, wanting to go at a 120-pound Rottweiler, 15-pound Shih Tzu, and the Shih Tzu's parents picked him up, and he's like, "Mom, let me at him. I can fight him. Let me at." Exactly. It was just a flashback to seeing the way Jacko acted that day. It's crazy.
I got to meet his lovely wife.
It's like these little dogs are the ones with the biggest attitude.
Sweetheart. They are just such a wonderful family.
They really are, and they're working very hard to make this event on Saturday that we're inviting you to at noon over there at Streeter Brothers on Bristol Road near the tracks right next to the Burton Eagles. A huge success. You want to come out to this thing. It's only $10 to get in, and that includes all the food and the adult beverages. We have Greg Streeter on the phone here, and he has an announcement to make about those tickets for Mark Farner. What's going on? Good morning, Greg.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. Thank you for your kind words.
Well, we love you guys. You guys are wonderful.
We have about 25 tickets left at our office, and I think Tony Tucker was going to see how many he had yesterday, but he had very few.
So we had said yesterday on the air that we were down to 100, and apparently they got a run on them. I don't know how many Tony has, but you said you only have 25 left at your office. So
Did you get yours, Johnny?
I believe so. I think Frank went over and bought me. Yes, it's in my briefcase. Yes.
Okay, all right.
I just remembered. I do have one. I might buy another one, though. But yeah, so that deal, if you want those, you want to stop by the Streeter Brothers office today or the old Newsboys over there on Taylor Drive and buy one of those last tickets. They're running out of those pretty quickly, and you do not have to be present to win. We will let you know if you're a winner. Greg, we've got a lot planned. I know you guys are decorating that place like crazy, but I got a question for you. I know the food. You're getting this new restaurant that everybody's been talking about, Chicken Shack in Grand Blanc, and you're going to tell me, have you tried that stuff yet?
Swing Dog is freezing, 15 degrees. The antidote for that, hot coffee, lots of it. I agree.
That's where they're going to eat lunch.
Wow.
It's some of the best chicken you'll ever have. It's all roasted.
Yeah, that's the key
Oh,
right
I
there.
love roasted
It's
chicken.
roasted chicken, so you get rid of all of the impurities that way, and it really makes a different tasting chicken. It makes it that much better.
And it's hard to find.
Yeah, sometimes, well, it's a big process. It takes a while to roast
Yeah.
it, so, yeah, as I understand it.
We're going to have some other food there, some lascicholi and tossed salad and quite a spread.
I saw cases of beer there too, Greg.
Yeah, oh yeah. With all these Detroit Lions games on TV, it's kind of hard to find cases of beer.
It is. It really is, isn't it?
Yeah. We had to go to 2 or 3 places.
That's a happy problem, though.
Now,
Yes.
Greg was just telling me off the air that literally 100% of the money raised is going towards no expenses, only going to our friends at the Blackstone. No, I'm oh my gosh, I just blanked out.
It's Friday. You're okay.
At the old Newsboys. So to make sure that our kids in our area here and our friends and family members who are affected and can't afford good warm clothing or food or toys for Christmas are taken care of. This is the 100th year that our friends at the Old Newsboys have been doing this for Flint, and it's a great tradition that we have in this town, and everybody has supported it really well over the years, so this is a great way to support it. You're going to have a lot of fun in the process, and Greg, I can't thank you enough for that announcement about taking all of that money, literally, and not paying for anything but Old Newsboys. And I love that.
Greg, hey, just a quick question. Kathy was fighting with that great big huge inflatable Santa yesterday when I was there. How's Santa doing this morning?
It's inflated and standing up tall.
Yay!
Electrical issue with it yesterday.
Electrical issues?
Yes.
All right.
Kathy was having fits.
Well, them inflatable, I think it's got a fan in it, but keeps it blowing up. But it's working great now.
Good deal.
All right, so it starts at noon at Streeter Brothers right there, and this is a brand new Streeter Brothers Concrete Contractors corporate headquarters. It's on Bristol Road next to the Burnt Eagles, right by the tracks there, just just east of Port Highway.
It's in their shop, which, by the way, is cleaner. It's a working machine shop, but it is cleaner than my kitchen.
Hell, it's cleaner than this
Oh
studio.
my, well,
But everything's cleaner than
I
this
was
studio.
gonna say.
Anyway, Greg, thank you, and thank Kathy, and thank you, and everybody at all these boys.
And the comedian Steve Ayat, he's got some other engagements tomorrow, and he has to be on stage right around 3 to 3:15.
And he will be, and he'll be done by 4, and that's when we're going to announce the winner of the Mark Farter guitar. So that's perfect. That's great. I can't wait. From noon till 3, of course, it's also the Fennec Feud that'll be going on. That's a ton of fun to watch and have fun in. And then, of course, we're going to be doing everything else we're doing. There's a bunch of gift baskets. We talked about those earlier. Steph described them on the air here about 15, 20 minutes ago because she was over there yesterday and said they're amazing. There'll be a 50-50 drawing as well. And a whole lot going on. And the whole gang will be there. Steph will be there. I'll be there. Jeremy Fennis will be there. We're all going to be there. All right, listen, I'm looking forward to this, Greg. We had so much fun last year, and it's going to be even more fun this year. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Yes, it will. All right, I appreciate everything.
All right, you have a
We'll
great
see you
day.
tomorrow.
All right, bye-bye. Yeah, that's tomorrow, noon. Come on out.
I walked in yesterday and he greeted me. So, I mean, they're just such great people.
They're salt of the earth people, and anybody who knows any of that family knows that they're all like
Oh,
that,
my
which is
goodness.
amazing. They're actually relatives of other friends of mine, and that whole family's like that, too.
And that Mark Farter guitar is sharp.
It is very cool looking, so you can check that. I think there's some places online you can see that. I don't remember where we put it up last, but you guys can see it in person, I believe, if you come on out from noon till 4.
You betcha.
And to Streeter Brothers this Saturday. That's tomorrow. And, of course, that follows. I'm going to be out from 10 till noon. It's Small Business Saturday in Flint Township again, and every Saturday for the last couple of weeks, several weeks, and we're continuing it on here. We're out in Flint Township telling you where all the deals are, and we're going to be out again tomorrow from 10 until noon doing that. Make sure you're listening to the Fox on the Run here on 103.9. The Fox.
Okay, I don't know what the capabilities are, what you can do here on YouTube, since I've not been involved in doing anything live here, and I don't think I can recall ever having seen a live cast going on YouTube up to now. So I'm not really sure what it is that you're capable of doing. If you can share us out, tell everybody that we're here now, because this is a new thing. We've never, in the 9.5 years we've done these live streams, been on YouTube Live before. So let people know that we're doing that so that they all know. Facebook is available. Twitch is still available for those who want to have patience enough to try to go through that. But now YouTube is a new one. It's going to be 37 degrees Celsius this Sunday. And so Mel's not going anywhere because 37 Celsius is like 99. It is. It's 99 degrees Fahrenheit on Sunday, middle of summer over there. Billy D is here waiting for blood work. And, of course, go Rutgers. Billy's here on Twitch, one of the few, maybe the only one at this point. And we told everybody about what was going on, the situation with Bryce. And so we're all remembering him. Your four-legged friend of many, many, many years, and who had been going through for the longest time these health issues with diabetes and Cushing's disease and all that kind of thing. And so we're all kind of thinking of you in that regard, too. Still struggling this week. That is a difficult... I mean, when you have a dog, the grief that you feel when you don't have that dog anymore is directly proportional to the amount of energy, positive, loving energy you put into that dog. That's the thing. They just don't last long enough at all. For any of us. I guess if you press the like button, Chris says that's going to help us get more subscribers and viewers. That'd be cool. All right, push that. That'd be nice. Do whatever is going to help us out here. And at the moment, as I said, Billy D, the staunch supporter of Rutgers football and basketball and all things Scarlet Knights, is the only one right now on Twitch at the moment. Mel had a doctor's appointment this morning, so she had to go out and do grocery shopping after, and so she's exhausted. It's the end of the day, and so let us be your nightlight, Mel. You know, we're trying to make people wake up, get themselves energized for the day ahead. But if we need to shift gears and maybe lull you to sleep, we're here for that too. We're trying not to get wires crossed, but we do whatever we need to do. It's all Billy D's. Billy D's, of course, happy because, hey, they beat Michigan State this past weekend also. And so, you know, that was a big game. Early in the season, that looked like that was going to be a colossal matchup. Both teams started off 2-0, and I thought, okay, they are on a collision course for this monumental matchup. So by the time they got to the end of it, well, it was different, but it still was a win. Good game last night. You're talking Lions-Packers, I'm thinking, right? Because I didn't get to see it because, again, it's midweek, prime time. The Lions are now becoming such a draw for the public. Nobody hates the Lions because the Lions have been so bad for so long that now that they have become kind of like the powerhouse of the league almost overnight, thanks to some shrewd moves and some shrewd coaching, they have become the talk of the league. After not making the playoffs, certainly not making the Super Bowl, for 59 years of the existence of the Super Bowl, they've never been there. The only franchise that can say that, as long as they've been in it. This may be the year. Now, one game at a time, and they've still got the third toughest schedule left before we're done, and everybody's bringing their game at the Lions. So that's still a possibility that it's going to not happen, but they're getting better by the week as long as they don't get everybody hurt, which is another thing that's a problem because they don't have any more bye weeks to get people healthy. But because the Lions have been so bad for so long, kind of everybody's behind them. The Patriots are now out of the game. The Dallas Cowboys, even though they keep getting labeled as America's team, they haven't been that for 25 years. They haven't made the Super Bowl in a long, long time. People forget that. Steelers play the Browns again this Sunday. That should be a win for the Steelers. One of the AFC's best at this stage. And, of course, the Browns, since you're talking Brown with the Cleveland Browns, whose helmets, by the way, are orange for those who don't follow football, and the Giants are going to lose again, which is fine because that means number one draft pick next year, right? Then they can pick another Daniel Jones. Anyway. And now, this is the guy who's been moving around more often than a college football player, transferring from school to school, like are happening. Cade Cunningham is going to do that again. He was at Michigan, then he went to Iowa. Now he wants to transfer again. He's looking for a 7th year of eligibility right now, if that happens. If he finds another school, and he will, he'll find a team, and he'll be in his 7th year. Well, Sebo is the guy who does that now. He was here in Michigan for a while. Then he went to Utah. Then we found him over in Salt Lake City, and he was joining us all the time. Then he went over to Mesquite, Nevada. And he was there for a while. Now he's back in Michigan, in the land of the three bridges over in Bay City. He's like Shebop's neighbor right now, again. And so Shebop is here and Sebo is here, and they both emanate from Bay City, Michigan. There they are. What happened to the Patriots? Well, they lost everybody. All the people, like Michigan football. Everybody who was the stars of the team moved on. Coaches, players, everybody moved on. Now, you have to deal with that. And the Lions will feel that. And they already are thinking ahead because both of their coordinators, their offensive coordinator and their defensive coordinator, Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn, are going to be hot commodities in the offseason when it comes to talking about potential head coaching openings. And there are going to be a bunch that are going to be open. And both those guys are going to get heavy consideration. It is for good. That's the thing. I mean, you pay the price for being good. People don't want you to be too good for too long, and the people who are part of a team situation or a structure of a group eventually want to reap individual rewards from the success of the group. And that's exactly what we've got going here. The Lions, Ben Johnson could have been a head coach somewhere else this year because he was being courted last year at the end of the season when everybody realized the Lions were getting that good, and he was a major reason for that because he was turning the offense into such a powerhouse. But now he wanted to come back to Detroit because he thought there was unfinished business. Well, that business could get finished this year. And if it does, he's gone. He'll be a head coach somewhere. Chris wants to see Lions Chiefs. There's a pretty good chance of that. They major. It doesn't matter what they major in, Linda. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what anybody majors in. The Michigan Wolverines have just gotten themselves a quarterback out of a high school in Michigan. And if the rumors are to be believed, he's got a name, image, likeness deal, which is worth $10 million. This is a high school kid. $10 million. He's never played at all for Michigan yet. But it's a $10 million deal. I saw yesterday a list of the highest, I want to say highest paid players, but it's basically the highest valued NIL deals that these guys have. Name, image, likeness, since these players are getting paid to play now. And what's his name? Shedeur Sanders. He's the coach's son, Deion Sanders' son. Quarterback's University of Colorado. He is like $6.2 million is his NIL worth right now. $6.2 million.
We're not going to be very hushed today. We're going to be screaming loud and clear. The Lions are clinching the playoffs. After last night's win over the Packers, and what a great win it was. Wow, and another one where they had to wait to the last second to win this game.
Yeah.
We've had so many of those. 4th down and a half-yard ball at the Green Bay 21, 43 seconds left, tie game. Any other coach kicks a field goal. Our coach said, I'm not any other coach. So he has the grit and the determination and the passion. And most importantly, he believes in his team, and the team appreciates that.
You betcha.
And I'm telling you,
Welcome to American Dan, who has now joined us over on Twitch. You won't see many comments, Dan, because everybody's on YouTube right now. It's the first time we've ever been on YouTube Live as part of our simul stream. And everybody went over there, except for Billy D, who's Belichick interviewed for the North Carolina job. I thought I heard something about that. It's interesting.
Hal described it to me earlier. Jared Goff fell down as he was handing the ball off.
I read that.
And yet we still got the 7 yards first down and kept it for a few more plays so that we could keep the time off the clock, and then there was no time left. Nice short chip shot for Mr. Bates, who, by the way, I don't think he'll come in first in the team MVP voting, but
he's been solid and consistent when we need him.
he is every bit as important to this team as anybody else
Betcha.
right now. In fact,
Yeah.
maybe even more important than several people, because he has just won the games for us at the end in clutch spots, and this guy has really very little experience.
Yeah.
He was with the UFL, which used to be the USFL when he was with the Michigan Panthers back in the day, but it's been a while. Or no, I'm sorry, he was with the new Michigan Panthers in the new USL. I did screw that up a little bit. The USL took the old team names for the USFL.
I got you.
And he played for them and did a rather good job. But now he's playing in the NFL for the first time in his life. And I think he's only missed one field goal so far of the whole year.
Knock on wood.
Just amazing. Am I right about that?
Yeah, and you know the pressure that goes with being a kicker and doing nothing else on your team, because you've got all these big, sweaty guys who've been knocking their heads around and getting concussions throughout the game, and now it comes down to you. You got one play, one job, don't screw it up. Can you imagine the pressure there?
Yeah, it would be. I'd probably have to be sitting on the sidelines drinking Mai Tais or something, just so that I could get ready for it and be more courageous, because I would be so nervous. I think that the two positions that are really the worst positions in football happen to be the quarterback and the punter, because or not the punter, but the field goal kicker.
Because everybody's watching.
It always comes down to those two guys. It's what they do.
No pressure.
Yeah, ultimately that ends up winning or losing games. So the coaching staff.
The now retired Jason Kelsey, who used to be the center for the Philadelphia Eagles until last season, I think would add another position to that, and that is being the center on a team that uses the tush push.
Yes.
Because you've got 20 guys that fall on top of you when that's over.
It's a fairly new invention of the game. When you're on the goal line or going for a first down, you might want to take one of your runners push. So
Oh,
that
I
way they can
gotcha.
get that extra yard or whatever.
Kind of like a bulldozer move.
It is, yeah. It's kind of a wild move. They've been thinking of outlawing it. Is there any more discussion on that?
Not really. Right now, the Philadelphia Eagles are the only team that do that successfully. There are other teams that try it, but they're not nearly as good at it.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. There's been some complaints that that's kind of a dumb play. But
Yeah.
It's a rugby scrum, basically.
yeah, it really is. All right, but hey, as long as the Lions are winning, I don't really care how they do it. They just seem to do it a different way almost every time, but it almost always comes down to Dan Campbell's chutzpah.
That's a good word for Dan Campbell.
His cojones.
Yes.
He does stuff that no other coach would do, and it 99% of the time turns out well. Not always, but you gotta love the fact that he takes those chances, although it does make my heart skip a beat.
You and everybody else.
Exactly. 7:41. The Foxhole Morning.
Yeah, you mentioned that you thought Steph didn't follow sports, and she doesn't. But this year, because of the Lions' performance and the fact that we talk so much about them on the air, she decided to start watching the games, at least in part. Some of these games that are, well, certainly the prime time games, like last night's game started a bit late. Anybody who's got to be up as early as we do, seeing the Lions play a lot of prime time games, which they never did before. Why? Because they weren't any good. People didn't want to watch them. People were trying to get them off of Thanksgiving Day, which is their game. They've been hosting Thanksgiving Day since the 1930s. And fans have been saying, this is a bad team. Why do we have to keep watching them year after year? Let's have other teams have a turn, even though it's the Lions' thing to do that. Well, now everybody wants to watch the Lions, so the networks are putting them on prime time. And when that happens, people who have to get up early in the morning can't watch the games because it's too late in the evening. You have to be relegated to watching the highlights during the morning if you can. So Steph has decided to take it upon herself to start watching. Plus, she thinks Dan Campbell's kind of hot. If you've ever seen Dan Campbell, some people consider him one of those kind of manly guys, you know. He used to play for the Lions. He played on the only 0-16 Lions team in history, which was quite a while back. He was a player on that. So he's been on the other side. He knows what it's like to have to suffer through. He knows what it's like to have had to change the culture of that team, which is part of the reason why it's happened that way. He's kind of had his heart fully in it. Let's get to the traffic again in a second, because I want to tell you something else. I want to congratulate, number one, I want to congratulate a couple people. If you've not seen Dan Campbell, and you probably have, you don't necessarily know who he is if you're not a football fan. But you may have seen him in an Applebee's commercial because he did one that was just a huge hit. He also, around here, does a lot of ads for this particular law firm comprised of a family that's been in the business for 50 years, and now it's the son and the daughter who primarily have the business. There was another son who was part of that law firm, but then he became a state Supreme Court justice. And Johnny made fun of him on the air one day, not realizing the guy is blind. Okay. We'll do the news at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. And we got food fighting after that. And we've got the Friday morning Primal Scream coming up. And we've got slightly warmer weather coming up by Sunday and Monday. It's going to be a lot nicer after the last 2 days we've had to deal with. And that's the other thing is I'm seeing on the screen here. This is the final weekend of that record-breaking tour put on by the world's most famous Kansas City Chiefs fan. Her last 3 shows of that tour are this weekend in Vancouver, in Canada. Tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday, and then it's done. She's broken all kinds of records with it. Then she can go to as many Kansas City Chiefs as she wants, games as she wants, including if they play the Lions in the Super Bowl, she will be there front and center. The Lions' most famous fan right now at this point is Eminem. If you want to draw from the entertainment world. Bob Seger's up there also, but he's really not as much known for them as he's known for being a Pistons fan. Okay. Got a disabled vehicle. Genesee Township will find that in the southbound lanes of Genesee Road and Esta Drive. The freeways are all moving well, crash-free, delay-free right now, and so we hope to keep that going. But if you do spot a slowdown, let us know at 810-230-WRSR. That is 810-230-9777. That Vehicle City traffic information updated for you throughout the day at classicfox.com/traffic. Be a traffic tipster right here on 103.9 The Fox.
Sorry,
No, it's fun. You're all right.
I'm so sorry. Anyway, it is time for Porn Star or Weatherman.
I love the porn music. Yeah. Debbie, how do you feel about the porn music this morning? I like it. We got our girl.
BP is 109/45. Whoa, it's too low.
We're going to ask, what I do is I give the name to Steph, and she decides whether the name is a porn star or a weatherman just by the sound of the name. And then you have to either agree with her or disagree with her. Get it right 3 times before she fools you 3 times. That's how you win the prize. What prize did you choose?
Brett Michaels.
All right, that's coming in January.
Soaring Eagle in January, yes.
Yeah, very good. All right, here we go. First name, Steph.
All right.
Let me see which one I want to use for the first name. Donnie Cox.
Donnie Cox. That's almost too obvious for a porn name. I'm going to say Weatherman.
She says weatherman. And what do you say to that, Debbie?
I agree.
You're right. It is.
All right. Debbie, you're off to a great start.
He's in New Bern, North Carolina.
No, that's where Cindy Miller lives. My friend Cindy, yes.
There you go. All right, Chuck Bell.
Chuck Bell. Chuck Bell. I'm going to say Weatherman again.
She's going with weatherman again. What do you say?
I agree with...
Dropping out. You agreed?
I did.
You got it right again.
Oh, Debbie. All right.
We almost never leave.
Tina, is that the go-to source of relief for you all the time? Is drinking water
Tate Hansen.
for that?
Tate Hansen.
Tate Hansen.
Tate Hansen.
Oh, he's got to be a porn star.
Wow.
I don't know why I say that, but it sounds like a porn star name to me.
Does it really?
Tate Hansen, yes.
All right, what do you say to that, Debbie?
I agree with it.
First time in her life that everybody agreed with everything she said.
My goodness. All right, Debbie, not only do you give those tickets for Brett Michaels, you have the privilege of saying loud and proud, I know more about porn than Steph Barber. I know more about porn than Beth Stark. I'm sorry. No, you're good.
Steph Barber. Steph Barber, yeah.
There you go. Steph Barber. Nicely done, Debbie.
Congratulations, and now all your friends are going to give you a hard time. Enjoy that.
Debbie, we never knew.
Have a good day. All right, bye-bye.
You too. Bye.
Fox Morning Show on 103.9 The Fox. Steph's Fox Flashlight.
This is just such a brilliant segue since we've been celebrating stripper songs all this week with the flashback.
Porn star weatherman's perfect.
Today is no exception. This is a track from their first self-titled...
Billy, if you're still with us right now on Twitch, Tina is extending her condolences, having heard, of course, about Bryce that we were talking about earlier.
You know, to pay the bills. He ran into Steve Walsh of Kansas at a party, and they talked about writing together. And this song, believe it or not, was meant to be a Kansas song.
Well, was it really?
It was. It was supposed to be a Kansas song. Let's get into it as we celebrate strippers and the songs they love. As suggested by you, it's Jackal. Yes, it's Jackal with Down on Me on 103.9 The Fox.
All right. Hit like and share, Tina says. Hit like and share. Tina has spoken. Hit like and share to let people know that we're here, because this is a brand new, this is going to be a surprise to anybody who has been following us for a long time. And for that matter, it's going to be a surprise to anybody who's just mindlessly scrolling on YouTube looking for something to watch because we've never done this before. We've never been live on YouTube until today. All the live stream years that we've had, 9.5 years worth, going from Periscope in the early days to Instagram, to Twitch, to Twitter, to, well, all the places we've been. We even spent a couple of days on some other, I forget what the hell it was called, but we did a couple of other experimental. Oh, we spent about a week and a half on Haps back when they had that, which was crazy. Didn't last. So there's that. Is Tina Jr. home with you right now, Tina, or is she at work? Where are we sharing to? Share to everybody you can. Just blast this thing out. I guess if you have friends that you follow on YouTube, that would hit them. Whoever you have connections with on YouTube. Okay, salt and water. Is that what you normally do? I mean, is this the first time you've run into this situation where the BP's gone so low for you? Or have you got other solutions that you've been able to go to in the past? Because right now, where we are today, that we have added YouTube to the mix, and it's the first time we've been able to actually go live on YouTube. And I guess the qualifications for that are different, because for longest time, early on, we tried to think about going live on YouTube, said you can't do it, you don't have anywhere near the number of followers or subscribers that you need, and we still don't. But doing it this roundabout way, going through a third party, seems to have worked. Michelle has joined us now. Good morning to Michelle, who's over on Facebook from our listening station down in Michigan, which is further south than we are. We're in the Birmingham, Michigan area, down that way. Morning shows on YouTube. This is the first time that we've actually ever done a YouTube Live, Michelle. Normally on Fridays, we're simul-streaming to Facebook and on Twitch as well. Twitch has been giving us problems, so we've been trying to smooth the user experience out by adding somebody else. And YouTube is the first one we've been able to come to that's worked out. And by golly, we're allowed to go live this way, because normally I never could before because I didn't have enough subscribers or followers or any of that.
I got to tell you, I was not that familiar with that song. It's not one that I was a part of in any radio station I worked at. But I can hear it must be my imagination, but I was picturing strippers the whole time.
I'm sure.
Because that song just sort of lends itself perfectly to
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, it does. And if you watch the video for that song, they have this great big huge lighted stage setup, and the floorboards mention the PMRC.
Right.
Or the PRMC.
It's working out so far, and we should probably keep doing it, I would think. Now, with that in mind, I got to remind you guys about something. We get done hearing them in the studio.
Make fun of it in the video.
Music Resource Center.
Yes.
What's that? What was I forgot?
Parental Music Resource Center.
There you go.
Yes, there we
PRC.
go. Yes. But they do a great play off of that. And I love it.
Okay, Sibo is still on Twitch. He'll be right back.
The phone number you'll need is 810-230-9777. I will run down the prizes as soon as we ask for a phone call. So here's the question first. What is the name of Jackal's debut self-titled album released in 1992?
810-230-9777 if you think you know.
You are playing for a gift certificate for Jesters, a $25 gift certificate for Red Wing Shoes, a pair of tickets to see Casey and the Sunshine Band at Soaring Eagle in January, or one of those Fenton Home Furnishing gift certificates worth $103.90. Good morning, the Fox. Do you have an answer for us?
She hung up. Or he, whoever it was. That was the only call we were getting
let me read the question again. It's not really hard at all. Just pay attention. What is the name of Jackal's debut self-titled album released in 1992? All right.
I wasn't paying attention.
Clearly.
You said this.
Good morning, the Fox. Were you paying attention?
That was Jackal.
Yeah, it is Jackal. And what else could it be, right?
I'll tell you, this is late reading even if you just pick up.
All right, congratulations. You're a big winner.
Hey, who are we talking to this morning?
That was Larry.
Larry. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Flint.
All right, Larry from Flint, you hang on tight. I'll tell you what those prize choices are again, and we'll get some info off the air. But who just hooked you up with Jackal and Steph's Fox Flashback?
103.9 Fox.
Perfect.
Classic rock.
Whoop. Oh. Okay, now why didn't this happen? Let's see. Not hearing anything anymore. Yet we're still connected. Why did the station suddenly lose connection with me here? Headphones, is it? Because it might. How about that? Let's find out. That's not going to do it. That's just a pad. Let's see. No. That's not going to be a problem. How about here? Interesting, we're still connected. So why am I not hearing anything all of a sudden? Well, nothing has been knocked off. Oh, there it is. There it is. There we are. Found the problem. Found the problem. Now it's time for news.
Visit Autolaw.com.
That's Autolaw.com.
All right, during the next hour of the Fox Morning Show.
Now it's time for news.
Fenton Home Furnishing, $103.90 gift.
Found it just in time.
9 o'clock hour, we're going to give another one away. Stick around for that.
Wasn't the headphones or something else.
Touchdowns they scored yesterday. Right now, time to head to the Hal Home for all the real news and Hal Maas.
5 things you should know from 103.9 The Fox, brought to you by Fick Landscape Supplies. Keep your home or business safe this winter with the largest selection of bulk and bag salt, pickup or delivery, and we're on call when you need us. Fick has seasoned firewood too, with 2 locations. Find us at ficklandscapesupplies.com. Like us on Facebook, and happy holidays from Fick Landscape Supplies. Folks in a portion of Flint have to put up with a power outage overnight tonight. Consumers Energy saying they plan to cut the power to around 3,500 Flint customers at 5 minutes to midnight. That outage to last for about 6 hours for routine maintenance work on its distribution network in order to prevent any future outages that could be caused by equipment failure. Consumers indicates there will be a second outage tomorrow night into Sunday morning at the same times if the necessary work doesn't get done during the first round of repairs tonight. Manhunt continues for the gunman who fatally shot United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. A photo has emerged that police consider a significant clue. The person of interest is shown on surveillance camera with his face mask pulled down. State Court of Appeals unanimously ruling that Michigan State University does not have to issue partial refunds of tuition and dorm fees to the students who had argued it was due them because of the COVID pandemic, keeping them out of the classroom, relegated to online instruction. Panel said that the plaintiffs in the case failed to show any evidence that MSU had promised to provide only in-person instructions under all circumstances for the entire semester in exchange for tuition. Lions now 12-1. They've won 11 straight. Last night, a nail-biter as they beat the Packers 34-31 at Ford Field. Jake Bates with a 35-yard walk-off field goal to get the win. Red Wings, and by the way, that clinches a playoff spot for the Lions. Red Wings lost in the final minute last night to the Ottawa Senators 2-1. Winning goal tiebreaker scored with 41 seconds left in regulation. And the Flint Firebirds lost to the Barrie Colts 5-2 in the OHL. And to cap this one off, tonight's Mega Millions drawings for a jackpot of $579 million. That's 5 things you should know from 103.9 The Fox. Cloud cover most of the day with a small chance of some late afternoon snow with west-southwest winds at 7 to 15. They'll gust to about 24 miles an hour. Temperatures reaching around 30. Overcast skies tonight, about 22 degrees, and then the clouds stay with us through the bulk of the day tomorrow. Temps top out around 33. Sunday brings us at least some sunshine along with warmer temperatures, about 44 for the top off. Right now it's 19 in Flint, and in Saginaw also 19. There we are. There we are. Okay, just in time, got back to being connected. I found the problem. Could be any one of a number of things, you know, but over the course of years, you start to look for a whole lot of things that you might otherwise think about. Okay, here now is Tall McCartney, who is here on Twitch. Tim the Tool Man Taylor when you got me. Well, sure, there you go. Hey, look at this. Gary is here. Good day on Facebook. You don't see him because most of you are on YouTube right now, but Gary is actually Mr. Melmel and is with us from a Friday night in Summery, Australia. Good evening, Mr. Melmel. How are you? We're going to be taking care of a bunch of things. Well, first thing I want to do before we forget to do it is give you a smile source. I got other things we'll set up for you as well going through the next half hour or so while we continue to enjoy being on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube for the first time ever. Yes, we're on the first time. Well, we're doing this only because I was so frustrated with Twitch giving us these bad, twitchy, glitchy broadcasts lately. Keep kicking people off, interrupting them, freezing, whatever, and it's still happening. So we tried to, if we could, improve the user experience. So we tried this roundabout way through a third app to get through YouTube to go live there. We've never been able to go live on YouTube before because we didn't have enough subscribers, didn't have enough followers. Still don't. But because we're doing it this way, we can still do it. Here's Pete. Pete is a Shih Tzu Collie mix who lives in Montvale, New Jersey. That's Pete. That's just a tough name in a tough town. Montvale, New Jersey. By the way, Mr. Melmel, who's over on Facebook, Mel is on YouTube saying you're supposed to be asleep right now. What's up with that? Here's Pete. There you go. Let's see if we get an answer on this one, Mel. Now that we've uncovered a problem here, let's see if we get This has been a morning full of problems. We're still trying to make sure that Tina's okay. I mean, that BP looked pretty ominous to me when she was flashing that at us. So we're all concerned about, is Tina going to be doing all right here? Especially since Tina Jr.'s not home. We'd like to rectify that, but right now, she's not. What else do I need to do here? I got to find out a couple things. One, I got to find out if we're going to be able to get in. He's been working in the heat all day. He was exhausted, and now he answers back. He says, I'm just about to my queen, with a couple of XXs. You know what that means. So Mel, he's, I guess, going to be coming home and is going to be just about there. Now we're getting into these. Gary is away working. Well, apparently he says he's just about to you. I'm assuming you're the queen. So I'm going to say that all is well. That should work itself out shortly. Okay, season's greetings. Michael bravely. Micah, Misha Bravely. Okay, I'm not really sure what that is. Misha Bravely. Okay, now let's get over to make sure that this works. Let me see here. Because when it comes time for the scream, and it's one of those days where a lot of us want to scream or need to scream for various reasons. Okay, I found the studio feed. They're there. They appear to be doing fine, so we'll be ready for them when it comes time to get to them. Where am I at here? We're going to do that. Probably should go here. And then with that, what do I want to do? Oh, I know what I want to do. I want to go here. Get that in a second. Oh, go to sleep, he means. Oh, okay. Oh, I thought he was coming back. Okay. Okay, now we're getting a message. Thelma and Louise team is now working as a team because Louise is telling us there that Thelma is going to lay down. BP still low. Tina Jr. is coming home right now, so that part is being worked out also. So we're all right there. Apparently Tina's going to lie down, and Tina Jr.'s on her way home to take care of that. Sween Dog had his truck totaled by a crazy driver, almost head on. Tina Jr. can get her there. Yeah.
Sails to the uprights, they'll have it. Bates is ready. Hatton will snap it. There it is. Fox the hold. Kick away. He's up and it is good. These Detroit Lions. You want to talk about grit. You want to talk about determination. You want to talk about resiliency. This team is all of those things. What a night for the Detroit Lions. Missing pretty much their entire defensive line. They fought it out. They battled right down to the final second. And for the third time this year, Jake Bates sent it through with a game winner. 11 in a row. That's a franchise record. 12-1. Best start in franchise history. Still on top of the NFC North. Still on top of the NFC.
And still on top of the Packers, you Packer fans.
So, Bob Seger, obviously a Lions fan.
Yeah.
Why did we get Shabuzi for the Thanksgiving halftime show? Why couldn't we have Bob Seger?
Because Bob Seger is totally retired. He said he's not playing anymore, period.
Not even for the Lions?
I mean, maybe if you asked him, but no.
Well, I was going to say, all we have to do, I mean, surely he knows where we are, or who we are, and how important we are. I'm
Yeah.
sure if we asked nicely, he would do it, right?
We had an attempt many years ago.
Definitely not Zane. That's definitely South Africa is with us. Welcome.
He does not get moved much by what people want. Famously, he would only do big venues because he didn't want to play, 12 weekends or 50 weekends a year and all
Sure.
and another 50 weekdays a year. He didn't want that kind of schedule, so he would only play big, huge arenas and big, huge concerts.
All right.
So I do agree with you that it would be great to have him at a halftime for a Lions game, especially a playoff game or something.
Absolutely.
It ain't gonna happen.
Well, I guess if you're Bob Seger, you can pretty much do what you want or not want.
Yeah, I wish we could see him.
Yeah.
That would be an awesome.
Maybe we could start a petition, maybe? I don't know.
Well, you go ahead. Knock yourself out. It's
Just a thought.
8:11 here in the foxhole right now. This could be the first weekend that you get a perfect night's sleep if you go out.
Okay, he's talking now about his sleep number bed. So I want to set something up here first before we do anything else. Is Tina still here? I believe that Louise, a.k.a. Linda, a.k.a. Shaka, a.k.a. Cat Girl, is in touch with her now. They seem to be in contact. And she says, Linda says, that Tina said they put her almost upside down, Tina Jr. coming home. Okay. Really? Almost upside down. With head down kind of thing, you're saying. Interesting. Okay, Dale is here. Good morning, Dale. That's Arizona, who has now joined us. Navajo Nation. We're going to get to the traffic before I do anything else, because right now, that's the only thing going on. Really, there's nothing going on. After the busy day that yesterday was, today is completely different. Let's see what that is. Northbound 75. Oh, I guess that one's all right. Let me do that one.
You can save 20% on most Sleep Number smart beds plus free home delivery with any base. It all ends this Monday, December 9th, only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com. See store for details. There are 3 in our area, 1 in Okemos, right across the street.
Okay, Linda saying she just talked to Tina. Sounds okay, waiting on Tina Jr. right now. Thought we weren't going to be on today. No, that's next week. In fact, I was going to talk about that, and we've been busy doing other things. 1 week from today is when we're not on. Today we switched up and went from Facebook and Twitch, added YouTube Live, and that's where we are now. And as you saw, you're there. But next Friday, 1 week from today, we won't be on at all. We have to take the live stream off because the station is going to be on location doing a radiothon. And when they do that, they take a piece of equipment similar to what I have here to connect to the station, and only one of us can be connected at the time. So while they're on the air, I can't be connected to the station, and I have to monitor through my phone rather than talk to you guys on live stream. That's why we can't do the live stream next Friday. So it'll be then. But the following week, we'll be back, and it looks like YouTube is going to be a permanent fixture to what we do here, because that seems to be working well, and everybody's going there.
We need you now more than ever. It's the Share Radiothon benefiting the old newsboys of Flint, only on 103.9 The Fox.
It's the Fox Live Rock Report brought to you by the Backwoods Bar and Grill, corner of M13 and Burns Run Road, with daily pizza specials.
Traffic is coming up.
Now open daily at noon. Find them at Backwoods Bar and Grill on Facebook.
We got to do just as much traffic with the people over here on the live stream, make sure everybody's doing okay and everybody knows where everybody's going. Nobody's crashing, so to speak.
Holloway Bar and Grill with Days of Glory. At Scooters, catch handsome devils. And at the Corona Road Bar, it's the Whaley Children's Jam. And that's this week's Live Rock Report brought to you by the Backwoods Bar and Grill. Food specials Friday nights, it's fish. Saturday, it's burger night. And get those pizzas daily. And as always, keep supporting locally owned business and live and local music.
More followers would be welcome.
It's time for the third
do that, Sween Dog. Do what you can to help that regard, because I got a long way to go on YouTube before I'm going to qualify to actually go live doing it the way they normally stock do it. This has been a different way to do it, and 1,000 subscribers, and I think right now I'm like at 29, so we got a ways to go.
2023 models, also 1 year mechanical coverage on used bikes, and lots more. Vehicle City.
That's one thing about live streaming here is that much like radio, you don't really get paid much, if anything.
Of course, you know Christmas is coming. At Premier Rental Purchase, get video games, computers.
Kim is here on Facebook, one of the few who's come over through that avenue. Welcome, Kim. Good morning from the Marietta, Ohio area, southeastern Ohio. That's right over there where Ohio and West Virginia are almost melding together.
Holidays are just around the corner, so now's the time to shop new deals.
Definitely not Zane says. Has a question. Over there, as soon as it rains, everyone forgets how to drive. It's the same in America. Not so much rain, but definitely the first significant snowfall of the year that happens. That definitely happens. It kind of happened yesterday. Yesterday was the first real significant snowfall we've had this year, even though we're still almost 3 weeks away from winter. We're starting to get a little snow, and the very first significant accumulating snowfall, that's when people in Michigan, no matter how long they've lived here, forget what to do. That's a whole other phenomenon that people have never figured out around here. How can you live here, grow up here, live here your entire life, and forget to drive on snow just over the course of a few months? Because it happens every freaking year. Road trip going to Flagstaff, okay? Good luck with that. Drive safe. People can't drive in Massachusetts, says Sween Dog. That's what you call them, huh? Sween Dog? Yeah.
Factory 2, Shauna Hines, Jesters, Mr. Nasty, Twin Rock Guitar Shop, Clearview Building Maintenance, Anthem Electrical Services, Corona Road Bar, Uncle Tripper, Solid State Radio, Top Quality Collision, DJ Panda.
Okay, usually head between your knees. Think to keep from passing out. She's standing. Much chance of injury. Some free. Okay. Right now, we're crash-free in the immediate area. If you're on 75, northbound side of 75 in Oakland County, just after Dixie Highway, a crash that's got the right lane and the right shoulder block. That is the only potential problem point and slowdown point that we have at the moment. But if you spot others, let us know at 810-230-WRSR, won't you? That is 810-230-9777. That Vehicle City traffic information always updated for you throughout the day. Just check it out at ClassicFox.com/traffic. Be a traffic tipster right here on 103.9 The Fox.
Traffic is service of the Shea Automotive Group and their service specials. $40 off a four-wheel brake job. Also, $500 coupons on all major vehicle repairs. Shea Automotive Group. See dealer for details.
And if you're the third caller right now at 810-230-9777, I've got a gift card for you, $103.90 gift card from Fenton Home Furnishings and Design Center, and there are 4 locations in our area, Fenton, Waterford, Lapeer, and Frankenmuth. In celebration of the 4 touchdowns they got yesterday, we had 4 of those to give away. We've already given 1 away. Next one's going now to the third caller. You're number 1. Sorry, try again. We've got more coming up this hour. Sorry, try again. You're the second caller. We're going to do it again this hour and next hour. So keep listening. 103.9 The Fox. Hello out there.
Hello,
Hi, who's this?
Jesse.
Jackie?
Jesse.
Oh, Jesse.
Jesse.
Jesse, congratulations. You're the third caller. You get the gift card from Fenton Home Furnishings.
Woohoo!
Thank you.
Celebrating another Lions touchdown today. We'll do one yet this hour, another one, and then we've got one in the 9 o'clock hour, so everybody else keep listening. Jesse, congratulations. What city are you calling from?
Well,
congratulations from 103.9 The Fox.
all right, thank you.
Woohoo, okay. Let's see what's, I want to get that one little message in there, make sure everybody knows what we're finding out about Tina, and that is Linda saying, usually head between knees to keep from passing out. If she's standing, there's more of a chance of injury, so Linda's trusting that Tina knows what to do, and Tina can take it from there. She's checking in. Of course, Tina Jr. is on her way home to try to make sure that everything is solid that way, that she's got some care on site without having to call the emergency crews to do it, at least not now. This is not the first crisis moment we've dealt with Tina on these live streams. There have been a couple of others in the past, and so far all's well that ends well. We're going to try to make this one be another one, thanks to the connection that Linda has made. Thelma and Louise are acting as a team right now, and then Tina Jr. will join that mix here in a few minutes. Speaking of teams, like Thelma and Louise, we have congratulations that we want to extend to a newlywed couple by the names of Bernie Littman and Marjorie Feiterman. Bernie Littman, Marjorie Feiterman, newlyweds in Philadelphia. Bernie is 100 years old. Marjorie is 102. They are newlyweds. They are the world's oldest newlywed couple. They got married on May 19th. They're still here to talk about it. They're still here. May the 19th, they got married at the senior living facility where they both reside in Philadelphia. And there they are. Bernie and Marjorie, the Guinness World Record holders now for the oldest couple to ever marry, their aggregate age, which of course is 102 and 100, to make it 202. They're together, 202 years old, the largest age in terms of years lived in a newlywed couple. See what's going on in the air here, man.
101.9 The Fox, Flint's classic rock.
More Beatles. Cool. All right. One other thing, isn't that cute? One other thing I want to pass along to you guys, too, before we get too deep into anything else like the Friday Morning Primal Scream, which is coming up. And as I said earlier, everybody's got all kinds of reasons to scream today for any number of a number of reasons. We have a color of the year. You know how Linda / Chaka / Catgirl / Louise keeps track of the word of the day for us. We found the word of the year being brain rot. Word of the year is really a phrase of the year. But now we know that there is a color of the year that has been anointed by Pantene, which is, a hair coloring company, right? And each December they come up with the color of the year. And this year it is Mocha Mousse. Mocha Mousse. I saw a picture of it. Mocha Mousse kind of resembles a cup of coffee that has 4 creams in it. It's about that shade of brown. All right, Tina is with us now saying she's laying down and listening. So we know that Tina is with us here. Not only is she right now connected, but at least she's also able to communicate with us. So you got people kind of hearts racing here, Tina. So it's a good thing you check in with us. That's great. And everybody's kind of waiting with anxious abandon here, trying to make sure that everything is okay on your end while Tina Jr. makes her way home. And we talk about this color of the year thing that Pantene has anointed. It is Mocha Mousse. It's actually Pantone 17-1230 Mocha Mousse. It is they call it warming, rich brown hue that nurtures with its suggestion of the delectable quality of cacao, chocolate, and coffee, appealing to our desire for comfort. It is kind of a comfort consumption device. That's what I certainly use it for. And the world's most famous Kansas City Chiefs fan, who's got her final tour weekend this weekend with this monster tour, also has, I've heard her in interviews saying that's why she loves coffee so much, because it's more of a comfort thing for her now. Now, newlyweds, you give them condolences. Wasn't broke, don't fix it with marriage. Okay, Tina's saying, why ruin a perfectly good friendship by getting married? That's kind of like, or I should say Linda's saying this. Why ruin a perfectly good friendship by getting married? One is 100 years old, one's 102. and they decided they're going to get married. Newlyweds. Why screw it up? Wasn't broke, don't fix it with marriage. See? Okay. Let me quickly, because we haven't had a lot to do for food fighting yet, and we don't have a lot of time to do much. So let me throw just a couple at you here before we're done with it, and we get to the Scream, because that's coming up soon.
Flint's Classic Rock 103.9 The Fox will be the next time you hear Lions game. It's 10 days away. They get a 10-day rest. And then, they're going to have the Buffalo Bills at Ford Field.
John Vance is now with us. We looked and saw him on Facebook. Welcome, John, from the John Vance Band. Playing some very popular gigs lately, I've seen on his social media feed. Welcome, John, on Facebook. We're on a simul-stream here today on Facebook, on Twitch, and on YouTube, live, all of them. Green is the favorite color, says Linda. Green is the favorite color. And in fact, I don't know that we see a whole lot of green here, but we might use this opportunity, if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it here. There it is. We had asked about Christmas trees, having you guys send pictures of your Christmas trees, and Linda did that. Good to have you here always, John. Let's show you guys Linda's upstairs Christmas tree. This is the one who is right now in cahoots with Tina, a.k.a. Thelma, from the Thelma and Louise team. This is Louise's tree upstairs. There may be some green in there, I don't know, but it's covered with a whole lot of other good-looking stuff. There you have it. Linda wants chocolate, eats chocolate. So there it is. That's the other. Linda's house has got more trees in it these days than Bronner's Christmas Wonderland in Frankenmuth has, it looks like. Telling you. So just a couple of these food fighting tweets, posts, whatever you call them these days. Chris Andrews is one of them. Kim says her cats would destroy it. The tree? Yeah, Linda actually has a cat who is capable of major destruction also, yet she still lives dangerously by putting more than one tree up in the house. Here is Chris Andrews' tweet, which says, lamb is better than beef. Lamb is better than beef. You know, I honestly can't throw an opinion out of that one because I've never had lamb. I've had a lot of beef, lots and lots of beef. Grew up on that stuff. My mom was a red meat freak. That's why she lived to 103, I guess. But wasn't going to go for fish or fowl, nor lamb, because never had it growing up. Sween dog is a no. Linda says, you vote, we keep YouTube. It would appear that we're going to do that. Not next Friday, because next Friday we won't be live streaming at all because of the fact that the show is going to be on location for a radiothon. And when they're on location, I can't use my phone to do anything other than monitor the station, since I can't be connected at the time to the station live, since they have their connector up to the station, and it's set up now where only one at a time will work in the control room. So that's what's going to happen next Friday. We will not be doing any live streaming on Friday 1 week from today. Okay, we will 2 weeks from today, and it's looking more and more like YouTube is going to be a fixture in this. And we might even think about doing it on more than just Fridays. I like this idea. If we're able to do YouTube Live on a regular basis, maybe even on almost everyday basis. I like the idea of that being an option for us because everybody has YouTube. I've always kind of been concerned about the fact that no matter where we go, there's some people that don't get us because they don't have that particular platform. Everybody's got YouTube. So I'm thinking maybe that'll be part of what we do. Never had lamb before, but Charlene is a farm girl. She should have. Good morning, Charlene. Welcome on Facebook.
Hey, overnight tonight, mostly cloudy, breezy at 22. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, breezy at 35.
And if you're a farm girl, you don't really want to have lamb. I think I get your rationale there.
At 44. And on Monday, we were talking about maybe reaching 50, and now it's not looking quite as
No?
possible.
But how warm?
47 with rain
Well, it's not bad.
on Monday, yeah. But it'll feel a lot better than this, that's for sure.
Great, so we'll go from snow to mud.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice to have an umbrella with you instead of mittens and a hat, and
Uh-huh.
gloves and a scarf.
Just thinking of all the dog paws.
Yeah, here you go. Good point. All right, here it is. AC/DC music for you on 103.9 The Fox.
Do YouTube for a week. You know what I think we'll do? This sounds like it might be a plan. Monday we normally do Facebook and Facebook only. But I'm wondering if maybe what we might think about doing is turning every day into a simul stream with the current rotation that we have. Now, we really can't do it on X because I don't think that they allow, if I remember right, when they were doing on Prism, X is not one of their options. There are a bunch of other live stream platforms we could use, but you don't have any of them. Some of them I've never even heard of. But Twitter, X-Twitter, is not one of those options. I've only been going with Facebook and Twitch because both of those were options that many of us have. Many, if not most of us have. But there's still some people who, pardon me, they swear off ever using Facebook, so that I understand that. If it wasn't for what I do, I probably wouldn't have it either. Twitch used to be an option until it turned into a wonky piece of crap in the last month or so, and I'm not really sure why, but it did. But if we use this as a simulcast setup, it seems like YouTube will accept us as a live entity. If I tried to go straight live on YouTube because I don't have the number of subscribers or followers I need, we can't really use that as an option. But if we use it as a third-party routing in, maybe we can then do it that way on a regular basis. So, with that in mind, let's take this as an experiment and say Monday, instead of doing just Facebook only, we'll simulcast it both on Facebook and on YouTube. So if you want to watch us on YouTube, you get that opportunity to do that. This is the first time we've ever done YouTube Live. It's kind of a crazy experience for us. 9.5 years doing this. We've never done YouTube Live before, until now. Tuesday and Wednesday, that's another problem, is TikTok. TikTok's not an option for sure, and that's Tuesday. Unless we add maybe Twitch or one of the other ones that you have as one of those other options. I'm thinking, there's so few people on X, on Twitter, that, and we might even wipe that out. I hated the video quality of that this past week when we did it. And that was the reason why we left it in the first place. And now that and the fact that it's owned by who it's owned by doesn't help it, because that's really messed things up over there. So that might we may end up out of the rotation with that entirely. Chris said, look at that. We're already up to 2 subscribers. Oh, 31 now. Okay, we picked up 2 today. That's cool. Thank you. Keep sharing and subscribing and doing whatever you can to bump that total up so that we can turn YouTube Live into a regular option. But for now, that's what we're going to do. Monday, we'll do Facebook and YouTube as a simulcast, simulstream thing. And then after that, we'll kind of play it by ear how we do it. We'll try to do it as, I want to do this so that people don't get totally confused, because we've made so many changes here, and some people have been patient enough to stay with us through all of them, that I don't really want to tick people off as we continue to switch things. But those are the ones, Facebook and YouTube are the ones that everybody pretty much has. So if we're there, that's usually safe territory. TikTok, more and more people have gotten. Some people, I realize, don't want to do it, but TikTok is really the one where everybody shows up. We get more action and more people on there on TikTok on Tuesdays than any other place we go. And I really don't want to lose that option either. Wednesdays is a whole different bag. I don't care what we do on Wednesdays now because Twitter just is a disappointment. And I figured it would be, but it took a while to get there, and now it's there. Yeah, the multi-stream. That's what we're thinking about doing. That's is trying to get a multi-stream going so that at least it gives us the opportunity and the option to have YouTube more regularly than we've ever had before. We can do that Monday. We can do that not next Friday because we weren't going to go live stream at all, but we'll turn YouTube into a regular stopping point for those of you who'd like to have it. Let's put it that way, as best we can do it.
Really?
Hell's bells. It was the only thing that ever came out of her mouth that was slightly off-color.
TikTok probably won't be shut down because there's too many people that rely on it, Swing Dog. They may not get new people because there's a thought that maybe it's going to get legislated out, but there's so many people that use that as part of their business that it will never go completely away. It just won't be updated, and eventually it'll become so glitchy that maybe it'll phase out over time, but it's going to take a long time before that happens. Way too many millions and millions and millions of people rely on it right now for their livelihood.
Sooner rather than later. Don't wait till the party tomorrow because they're down to 25 at Streeter Brothers, and I don't know how many they have left over at the old Newsboys office on Taylor Drive, but you can get them there or you can get them at Streeter Brothers where the party will be tomorrow. That's on Bristol Road at their brand new corporate headquarters right by the tracks on Bristol Road next to the Burton Eagles. All right. So that's happening from noon. That evening, Jingle Jam 3 going on. We were talking a lot about this yesterday with our friends from Billy Gunther and the Midwest Riders and everybody that was in the studio with us. Jingle Jam 3, again, another benefit for the old Newsboys, and again, just $10 to get in at Blackstone Smokehouse tomorrow night from 6 to
Actually, Chris, he was on the forefront of wanting to get TikTok banned at one point.
Madison Olivia, she was in here
He was saying, shut it down if an American company doesn't buy it.
Billy Gunther in on his own. And Laney Kay and Billy Gunther and the Midwest Riders will be there. Our own Dan Richards, along with Perry Joseph, who is, of course, from Newsmaker.
Linda will continue to be here when she can. She's turned out to be like MVP today because of the route that she's had to take and the role she's had to play in making sure that Tina is able to stay with us here.
Automotive all day. We'll start at 7 in the morning, which is when we'll start.
That's solid teamwork there.
12 days of Christmas, 12 cases of beer from Frankenmuth Brewery. And if you haven't seen or heard about this yet, we're just talking a little bit about it this morning. We're going to start the bidding at $103.90. Actually, we'll start that at 6 a.m. here in the studio
Next Friday.
Then we'll change the number to the number that we have out at the Radiothon out there at Shea, starting at 7 a.m. And you can bid it up throughout the day, and whoever bids the most, of course, the money all going to the old Newsboys, helping our friends and neighbors and families here in mid-Michigan specifically. So if you want to get a hold of these, make sure you're listening next Friday for that. And the opportunity, like I said, $103.90. We'll open the bidding on 12 cases of beer, minus one beer I had during the taping of the video that you can see. Look at the video. It's online right now on our 103.9 The Fox Facebook page of me discovering these and telling you all about it, okay? And I did it over at Frankenmuth Brewery yesterday. And then we met a whole bunch of people and sat at the bar for an hour and a half.
Of course you did.
103.9 The Fox. Hello out there. A whole bunch of people sat at the bar for an hour. Hello,
Hi,
fellas.
Johnny and Steph.
Hi. How are you? What can we do for you?
I got a brother-in-law that one of his favorite groups is AC/DC.
He wants to what about AC/DC?
That's one of his favorite groups.
Well, it's a lot of people's favorite group.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of AC/DC, it's Friday.
Yes.
Those tickets go on sale at 12 noon today.
Yeah, they're coming. What's the date?
April 30th, Ford Fields.
There you go.
Ticketmaster.
Oh.
All right.
So there you
okay.
go.
Okay, so what can I do for you?
I was just going to tell you that I have a brother-in-law that one of his favorite groups is AC/DC.
Well, we appreciate you. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Liz.
Have a good night. Or good night. It's good morning, good day, whatever. So anyway, yeah, this is all happening over the next several days and on into next week. If you get a chance, go to the 103.9 The Fox Facebook page. Near the top of that page in the news feed, you will see the video of me over at Frankenmuth Brewery yesterday before sitting down at the bar.
Okay, Tina's still with us and doing well. She's just laying down and watching. Still with us. Still there.
A radio sales guy there who's working.
That's Thelma right there. Thelma and Louise is still together.
I bet you probably know him.
Probably.
And he was showing off what it was. The reason he was there, and this is kind of interesting, is I didn't even know this existed. There are books that you can get of all the bars that want to participate in it, and there are thousands, the craft brewing tour. And you can get a United States one or for specific states. And Michigan's is about an inch to an inch and a quarter thick.
That.
And there's a couple of bars on each. And what you do is you take this with you, this passport, if you will, to the bars as they indicate.
Yeah.
And they will stamp it and give you buy one of those beers and they give you one free. So it's 2 for 1. And then you're making the tour. They stamp that page in your book. And then your idea here, the goal is to accomplish the tour and finish drunk, I guess. But
well, what a clever idea, though.
Yeah, I didn't know that even existed. Yeah, 103.9 The Fox. Hello out there.
Johnny, what kind of beer is that? You can tell me about it.
It's all Frankenmuth craft beers. If you take a look at it, you'll see a lot of it. You can kind of zoom in on it and look at I don't really identify them all in the video that you look at, but I believe that'll be on display at Shea next week. So you can stop and see it there at Shea.
15 viewers on YouTube.
Starting what time?
Maybe the next time we're on, there'll be more.
All day Friday.
That'll be Monday.
A week from today.
I will be there.
Monday we'll do Facebook and YouTube and see how that works.
What's your name?
Rob,
All right, Rob. We'll be looking for you. Come on over and say hi, okay?
you got it.
All right,
Thank
brother.
you.
Take care. I'm sure there'll be a lot of people in that.
Uh-huh.
12 cases of beer. That's significant, and you can use it during the holidays.
Right.
We're going to make this damn thing grow if it kills us.
Christmas gift.
Yeah, Benson, or not Benson, but Frankenmuth Brewery is always so generous. Last year, Frank brought in the cases of their world-famous root beer.
Right.
And for anybody that made a $100 donation or more, they could take a case of root beer.
Right. Yeah.
So when you mentioned beer, I was kind of hoping it was root beer because the root beer is so good.
Yeah, beer is so good too.
Well, okay.
And they make some pretty strong beers. Frank,
I'm sorry, I'm not in a root beer. I'm not on the root beer bandwagon. I've never liked that stuff.
They've got a thing called Batch 69, which is 6.9%.
Ever.
Okay.
Really very good.
You need 1,500. Well, let's work on that, Sween Dog. Come on now.
Good beers. They've got a Dunkel there that they make
A what?
A Dunkel. It's a German style of beer that is just awesome. I had that yesterday. So they've got it all over there at Frankenmuth Brewery, but we're going to have these.
A little AC/DC goes a long way. You can only get so thunderstruck.
I'll find out. Maybe he'll display them early, and maybe we'll just take a still picture of them that you can really focus in on.
Yeah, it's
Put
a
that
good
up
idea.
so you guys can see it a little better, all right? But that's going to be a ton of fun next week, and this week for that matter. We've got a lot going on at Streeter Brothers. That'll happen tomorrow from noon until 4. So come on out, support the old Newsboys. They're supporting your friends and neighbors, and we're all having a ball doing it, and it's a great bargain. All of these events are going to be fairly inexpensive to have fun at, so get involved with it. 8:43.
The Foxhole Morning Show, 103.9 The Fox, broadcasting from the Hurley Medical Center studio.
And I will take the fourth caller this time at 810-230-9777 to win another $103.90 gift card from Fenton Home Furnishings and Design Center. They're donating these for each touchdown the Lions make this year to your favorite home for the Detroit Lions football in this area. 103.9 The Fox. Call now, 810-230-9777. Fourth caller wins.
Pure Pro Wrestling returns to play.
Okay. We're going to have to be real emphatic when we talk about the traffic this time because it's a lead into the scream, and usually it's also a reminder to him to do it. We'll find out how that works out this time. How are we doing here? Let's see. Get that up there. Oh, there it is. It's good. Got that. That's good. That's working. Okay, hold on. Do it. It's been kind of a touch and go thing technically here today. Make sure everything's working. Oh, here it is. Deck on it.
Miller Road, open Monday to Friday, 9 to 8. And don't miss Little Leapers on Wednesdays and Sundays from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Elevate your celebrations with their amazing birthday packages featuring private areas.
Very busy morning in the studio, and as it turned out, it's a pretty damn busy morning here, too.
Gift cards, group events, fundraisers, and facility rentals. Oh, and there's no age limit. Call 810-407-8972. Sky Zone, where the fun never stops.
One more reason to choose Michigan Auto Law.
11 times insurance companies make lowball settlement offers to good people who are seriously hurt in auto accidents, offering between nothing, not even a penny, and $30,000. And 11 times the verdict at trial was over $1 million. And including the largest auto accident trial verdict in Michigan last year.
Back that light off just a little bit.
We specialize in auto law.
Michigan Auto
It is already 8:45 Eastern time. That is kind of late in the morning. Is it not?
Magical events at Creasy Bicentennial Park that are sure to please everyone in the family.
We're kind of we're working, and we're not even on overtime rate yet right now.
This free event is filled with spectacular fireworks, hot cocoa, cookies, s'more stations, and pictures with Santa. Next, check out Character Night on December 14th.
Here's a dirty little secret. I'm never on overtime rate.
With Elsa and Olaf, and many more along the trail. Friday, December 20th, the Trail of Treats. Purchase goodies along the trail from local bakers. Saturday, December 21st, don't miss the Tale of Lights, presented by the Evergreen Hill Group at Morgan Stanley, with special treats for our furry friends. Sunday, December 22nd, scavenger hunt night, where every group leaves with a prize. Bring your family and friends and make unforgettable memories this holiday season with Grand Blanc Parks and Rec at Creasy Bicentennial Park. Check out parks.gbtgov.com or Grand Blanc Parks and Recreation on Facebook for event details. Happy holidays from Grand Blanc Parks and Rec.
As the weather gets colder, it's a good idea to layer up with scarves, hats, and mittens. Another layer
Sounds like he's catching up with a little bit of the commercial load here that may not have been hit earlier.
vaccines at the same time. Talk to your healthcare provider or learn more at michigan.gov/COVID-flu and layer up for some added peace of mind. Sponsored by the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services and the Michigan Association of Broadcasters. Prescriptions required online consultation.
Nope, still got more to do. Any snow in Michigan? Yeah, we still got some left over from yesterday. We had some. It was blowing. There was some areas that might have gotten several inches, but over here it was more like maybe anywhere between a half and 2 inches, and nothing real bad. Although, since it's the first day that we had any significant snow to speak of in this area, and the fact that it was blowing snow also, it was creating visibility issues yesterday. The wind was horrible. There were some problems on the roads, and we had that day where it happens every year in Michigan. First significant snowfall, and everybody forgets how to drive in it. And there were crashes everywhere. Happens every year. Never figured it out.
If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free.
That's why people like us get paid, Chris, as all those ads, because I don't get it from live stream. If I'm going to get any money, it's going to come from those ads that you're hearing.
95% off brand name prices. Go to hims.com/radio. That's hims.com.
7 to 10 inches in western Massachusetts. Really? Really? Most of what happens in Michigan, or at least definitely happened yesterday, would be in the western part of the state. A lot of that is lake effect. There's a lot of, as I said, a lot of wind yesterday, so blowing snow. Visibility issues were terrible.
On Friday, December 13th, stop by Shea Automotive to make your donation from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Make sure to also tune in to 103.9 The Fox to make your donations and learn how you can get involved with helping families in your community get through the holiday season with a smile.
We're going to see if we can make this hint kind of less than subtle for him. That reminder that I think we need to get.
Brought to you by Shea Automotive Group.
Let's find out if it works.
103.9 The Fox, Everett Imprints, Real Estate Cousins, and Rural Financial Services. Let no child be forgotten.
Traffic. 3.9 The Fox.
Vehicle City traffic.
Just ahead of the Friday morning primal scream, we have one thing to talk about, and that's going to be a crash on Hammerberg Road, south of Miller Road in the city of Flint. At the moment, that is our only slowdown spot. Everything going pretty well on 75, 475, 69, 23. But if you spot other problems, let us know. 810-230-WRSR. That is 810-230-9777. And remember that Vehicle City traffic information is always being updated for you throughout the day at classicfox.com/traffic. Be a traffic tipster right here on 103.9 The Fox.
Steph,
Yeah.
he thinks we forgot.
I got a whole bunch of people that are the Hal raisers on 3 different live streams right now that are banking on you not forgetting.
I didn't. But see, Hal thinks, I could tell by the way he said that.
They've been asking for the last 15 minutes because you're overdue to do it, and they're all saying, I think Johnny forgot. I bet he forgot. I bet he forgot.
We're busy.
We're late.
And it's time, because it's Friday.
Now we're screaming. Packers?
No, my son-in-law, yes. Super Packers fans. I just streaming this morning. And I'm more than happy to accommodate them with the Friday Morning Primal Scream. We give this to you, you poor people. As our gift to you, Lions fans too, Green Bay Packers fans, just wanting to get it out of your system. That's the whole idea. Get rid of the stress. Enjoy the weekend. I know it's hard if you're a Packers fan, but enjoy the weekend.
It's just football.
Apparently, they're finding out that all this cologne and perfume we're spraying in our house is harmful.
It is?
That's what they're saying. New research, and still have people screaming about this, show that some home fragrance products may be detrimental to indoor air quality.
Oh, no.
Air quality in your home so bad they say you'll think that Grandma just got digested too much White Castle.
Well, think about it. Sour apple and poop do not go together in an air freshener.
No, I don't want to do that. Do you want to bump the six? No, I don't want to do that. Do you want to fall down? No, I don't want to do that. Do you want to watch soccer? No, I don't want to do that. Do you want to go to prison? No, I don't want to do that. Do you want to get a haircut? No, I don't want to do that. Do you want to swallow poison? No, I don't want to do that. Do you want to get the hot tub full of blackberry brandy with Cindy Crawford?
I'll pick you up, honey.
Give her the weekend off. She deserves it.
Maybe she wants the weekend on.
Okay.
What are you talking about here? By the way, one last thing to scream about. The Mexican restaurant chain Chi-Chi's is making a comeback after closing 20 years ago. No, we're not screaming about that, but the toilets are. No matter where you are, what you're doing, we'll get it out of our system.
You
Think
betcha.
about whatever is stressing you out, like the holidays. And scream it out. You ready? All on the count of three. Together. 1, 2, 3. Friday.
Breathe.
It's Friday! Yeah!
Skincare company Dove is collaborating with the viral cookie shop Crumble on a line of body care products inspired by cookie flavors. Hopefully this goes better than when they tried cookies inspired by soap flavors. They did not sell a lot of Keebler antifungal stripes.
Heard that this holiday season, Uber is delivering Christmas trees to customers nationwide. I know your tree came from an Uber driver when there were several bites taken out of it.
There's news about the new class of weight loss drugs like Wegovy and Ozempic. Apparently, many social drinkers who are on these obesity drugs have lost the taste for alcohol. It's amazing. They've made people lose the taste for food and booze. Do you know what that means? Science is this close to curing fun.
As a child, if you had an inkling about a family secret and you asked the elders about it, they'd lie right to your face. Who's that man living in the garage? What man? There's a man out there. He's been there for quite some time. There's no man out there. Yes, there is. Shut up. What a great time to be a parent, by the way.
Could you imagine? There was a time you could tell your kids to shut up, right to their face. No long conversations, no explanations, just shut up. How much easier would that have been? Why is the sun hot? I don't know. Why don't you shut up? Even easier to be a father back then. You weren't even considered one of the parents. You just had to show up and hit everyone once in a while. My father would act like we were strangers who just broke into the TV room.
You know, leading it off with that seems to be working itself out some. We couldn't figure out why we suddenly lost our sound. That worked itself out just about 10 seconds before we needed to be connected to the station. And then we had to deal with this just a few moments ago as well. Did we get the scream in? All's well that ends well on a triple threat simulstream today on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. You saw it all. You heard it all. You watched it all develop. Cliffhanger that it was. Monday, we're going to try again a simul-stream with Facebook and YouTube. So then, have yourself with us on Facebook or on YouTube. We'll be on both. And remember that 1 week from today, if you're one who normally just joins us on Fridays, we have some people that are like that. If you only join us on Fridays, normally we won't be here a week from Friday because of the live broadcast you're going to be doing on location from a charity event that we're doing every year for the old newsboys. And so when that happens, I have to use my phone live streaming and talking to you guys, but I have to. Okay, so now that we got all that straight, have yourself a great rest of your day and weekend, and come back here and join your friends, the Hal Racers, again on Monday morning, either on Facebook or on YouTube. Okay?